Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I have a very cool deck for you guys. This is Dragon Link. This is of course one of the most hyped decks out there right now. And it is very solid. It's a lot of fun. This is something that I have been exploring for a while. If you followed my competitive journey to the Remote Invitational, I explored Dragon Link for a bit as well. One disclaimer before we go into the deck profile is that I do not own Dragonmaid Chambers. I am playing a different Dragonmaid trap to kind of interchange it a little bit. This deck would be optimized with the chambers, but I'll talk about that when we go into the deck profile as well. So just so you know, it's a little bit budget, quote unquote, because we still want to capitalize on the Dragonmaid Tidy, because that card is really broken. And yeah, this deck overall is a lot of fun. I'll show some combos as well, just playing out a hand to let you guys know what I end on normally, because this deck is overall really nice, and it's always good to kind of see what the deck does, even if you're not playing the deck. And yep, let's go into the deck profile. Dragon Link, easily one of the best decks of the format. You really need to know what's in this deck. You really know what their combo looks like, so I'm gonna walk you guys through it a little bit. This is the deck that I have been testing. Yesterday I went 3-1 with this deck on locals, only losing to Troll Knockbird, I guess. I've been testing this deck for a bit. I'm gonna explore it a little bit more. Maybe I'll buy Chambers in the future if it's not 70 euros for once, but we'll see about that. So I am playing Triple Tracer, of course. Double Recharger. This card is overlooked and it's one of the most broken cards in the entire deck for the grind game. 2 is definitely enough. I play 1 Rocket Synchron. That's the kind of Hulk target or the extra extender. Or yeah, I used to play the Abyss as well. The what's it called, the Synchro, but I haven't been really playing that card, or I haven't been summoning him often, so I just play 1 as of now. I used to play 2 in a build with that. Double Parlor Dragonmaid. This is my replacement for the Chambers. This card, if it's normal or special summoned, you can send 1 Dragonmaid card from your deck to your graveyard, except Parlor. So you send the Tidying, and then you link this away and summon it back with Tidying. So this is a replacement for the Parlor. White Parlor is better. Both she's level 4 and she adds, and adding the trap is nice because the trap is good. She's dark, so that's also really nice that it can come back to, and it's again level 4, which is why it's just better. This card is wind attribute and might not come up at level 3, so you can't really do anything with it. So, but this is still just a good normal summon to go into Striker Dragon and extend from there, and summon her back is just free as well. And why I still wanted to play this is because I think Tidying is one of the best cards you can play in this deck. And just play 3 Tidying is very incorrect, so I just opted to play 2 of these as the normal summon replacement for Chambers. If you have Chambers, just play 2 Chamber instead. And I play 1 Starlight Savored. It's nice, but if this card gets hand trapped as a normal summon, you kind of cry. The Pro Tower, Levy, this all makes sense. The double Chaos Dragons, Absol Router. I play double Nocto just because I really like Nocto as a card. Just drawing more cards is always nice and getting more advantage, and this card is just summoned easily and chain blocks easily, so yeah. And I play the Red Eyes package, only 1 of each. In case you don't want to play these, I say play a triple Black Metal Dragon, but like now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 normal summons already, 6, 7, with the Noctovision extending. And I only play 1 because this is what I usually summon of LP. My playstyle doesn't really go for the Levianeer all that often. This is more of a backup plan or a go second plan. And normally I just summon this and then extend further, which I will probably show in the combo as well. Then we play a shit ton of hand traps, just because we can. Gamma, in case your opponent ashes you or trolls you before you have a monster, you can make a free Chaos Ruler, which is nice. Phantasme, people at my locals are playing basically Link decks, and if you are doubting about that, and also Invoked or Shadow is also just a Link deck, and every deck Link summons right now. So I wanted to play triple Phantasme, and it's a dragon, which is nice, and I used this card so many times yesterday, and it's easily one of the MVPs of the deck right now. And yeah, just overall solid card. Really like it. Triple Nip. The nice thing about all these cards is they are light and dark, so they have synergy. You can discard them with Chaos space as well, in case you go first. But these are just the cards that I play, because I expected, at my locals at least, there would be a lot of combo players. And there were a lot of combo players, so that lineup really helped. Now you play triple Chaos Space, triple Quick Launch, triple Guard Dragon, all just for consistency. 1 Sector, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Ravine, and then the last cards are triple tidying. I cannot state how broken this card is. This card is just insane. And most of the times yesterday when I played the deck, I always was like scared of the nip or like full extending, and just ending on the spheres with this in your back row is just game winning already. And then in the next turn you have so much advantage that you can just easily win the game after that. So yeah, I really like the tidying, so I am playing the Dragonmaid to get the max value out of that. Then for the extra deck, Triple Striker Dragon. This card is really necessary at 3 for the grand game of the deck. Grabbing my side deck 1 sec. And yeah, I just really like this card at 3. I think you need 3. You use 2 for your combo most of the time, and you want a third one to add back Recharger and then Monster Reborn any dragon in your deck. LP Pisty. Why aren't these cards banned? I don't know. Then Romulus to add Ravine. Play double spheres for the grand game. This came up a lot of times. This is one of the first monsters you summon from the extra deck, next to Striker, of course. And yeah, I really like to... I needed some room in my extra deck, so I cut some cards, but this card still kept it too because it's too good. Hulk. Now this card doesn't come up as much, but this card is so good if you get Nibiru, because then you can just make a Hulk and just extend further with the Rocket Tracer or any other tuner. And overall, this card really proved its worth to me so many times, and this was one of the cards that I didn't want to cut. Apollousa, Borosword. The board that I undone most is a spheres pointing to Apollousa with a Savage. So I think Apollousa is great for like pushing through hand traps. His deck can extend so easy with fodder. And after that you just summon 1 more dragon and you have combo with LP. And you cannot get hand trapped anymore. And Borosword is one of the easiest cards to make. You can also really easily make like an Apollousa, extend a little bit, make a sword under that, and then just summon a Tracer to make Borosword for OTK under Apollousa, which is nice. And I do play the Ruler. This is a card that I don't really turbo into. You can, but I don't really do that. You will probably turbo more into this if you play the Chambers. I don't have the Chambers, so I'm just playing with this. And I play the Savage Dragon, of course, for the end board. And I played Furious and Predaplant Darkostopedia. These are new entries in the deck. I really think that Super Poly is great for a deck like this. Just fuse your own board away for OTK with this card, or just fuse your opponent's field away. Displays through Winda, displays through Dragon Link. Yeah, just answers every deck in the format, making this deck super versatile in going first or second. So yeah, I also have a side deck for this deck. I play triple Lancia. I play triple Super Poly. One of the most underrated cards. It's a pointer of the Red Lotus. I sided this card in every game, and when I saw it I basically won because I can just shuffle away their most important card, and after that you just have like dragons. So yeah, this card is just really nice. It really helps a lot with the spheres and tidying setup. This card is really broken. I play double Dark Ruler no more, and I play Harpy's Feather Duster, Cosmic Cyclones, and the last card is Red Reboot, and that is it for the side deck. I wanted to play the Red Reboot, even though there are no like trap decks. If your local doesn't really have trap decks or more like outlets, you can cut this out and play a third ruler. But for now, this is what my side deck will look like for this deck. So let's shuffle the deck up a little bit. One of the things with this deck is that I find it really interesting that this deck has been viable for such a long time. All these cards, like including Chamber, have been in the game for like an insane amount of time. And even now, even to this day, we still get like different builds with the deck and people are still exploring it, and that's kind of interesting. So these are 43 cards, I think, that's correct. It's just interesting to see a deck like this evolve over time so much. So now we grab a hand, hope we don't brick. It's really difficult for this deck to brick though. Let's play out a quick hand, hope it's normal combo. Yeah, this is pretty much for the normal combo. Chaos Space, we will discard the Phantasme. I will grab Dark already. We will add white. Banish the Phantasme, of course, for white. Link summon into Striker Dragon. Chaining 1, chaining 2, or the other way around, depending on what you're more scared of. and the boot sector launch. So now what we are looking for basically is one more extender. So we will banish this, then we will draw a card. This needs to be any one extender. It's a tracer, which is exactly what we needed. Link these two away for a spheres. In case you didn't know why you summon spheres nowadays before you do anything else, if you make spheres, if you get any B-root, you can just combo further, and yeah, spheres really helps in that. So black adds white. Here we can just boot sector launch, get 2 rockets going, or just the 1 rocket, or just any extender would have helped here. If you would have had like a World Legacy Guard Dragon, you could have just normal summoned it and then make LP back, but for now we can just do it like this. Make LP here, Striker Dragon here. Why you make LP here is in case if you get Ghost Ogre now, you can still have 2 pointers. So we use LP. So here, depending on your hand, you can summon Bro Tower to add like Levianeer. But what I like to do here, actually, is summon Black Metal Dragon. Then we can link summon it away for a Pisty. Adding back the Metal Dragon. Banishing Striker to summon Black Metal. And now we have a appropriate zone for the Pisty. So now we can just summon back any dragon we want. So we will summon back with Pisty. You can summon back Tracer. You can summon back anything else you would have banished for the Chaos Dragons. And now we can just summon anything back with the Red Eyes Darkness. There you go. Let's make a Romulus. So if you didn't have to use boot sector launch here, and you had just had like more extenders, you can just add Ravine and discard the last one of your cards to send Absol Router to then have 1 more extender. But of course we have used the boot sector earlier. And now you just can link these 2 away. These 3 for an Apollosa. Recharger, destroy the boot sector launch. Or the World Legacy Guard Dragon preferably. Summon back Recharger. Synchro these away. With the Savage. Equip Romulus. You have Apollosa for 3 Savage spheres. And you still have 4 cards in hand, which is nice as follow-up play. So this was only from like Chaos Space, plus 2 rockets, because we drew 1 rocket. But if you draw like any other extender, you can end on the same board, and maybe you can even extend a little bit more, try to make this card somewhere in between, and link it off, and then make Apollosa with that, and then you have more value for the next turn. So yeah, that's just like some of the power of the deck already. Just really nice, just have like each card in this deck extends, so we didn't even need to draw the Tracer there. We could have drawn like anything else there and it would have worked just fine. So yeah, that's the deck. So yeah, let me know if you want some more Dragon Link content. I can make like a couple of matches with that, because I really like playing this deck and it's super relevant as ever, because this deck is forever relevant. So yeah, I think that this deck definitely has a place in meta. I really like the viability that you can either go full combo or just end really, really safe. And yeah, I'm gonna play this deck for quite a while now. Will be the deck that I will replace my competitiveness with. So I don't know. I still want to explore Eldritch this format. There's like Subterror. There's like so much options that we have. And yeah, I cannot really wait how to see this deck evolve more, because I'm sure that in like a couple of weeks I can upload a new deck profile with new findings from the community. Because by no means I did not make this deck, but there are like many decks like this, and this is just a list that I ended up with. So yeah, if you want more Dragon Link in the future, be sure to let me know. For now, I think that this list will suffice for your adventures. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!